Some criminals walk into every situation convinced they're the smartest person in the room. The problem is, reality rarely follows their script. Stick around, as one bad decision after another turns confidence into chaos in ways no one could have predicted. At some point, you have to accept the mission has failed. Instead, this guy kept stuffing items into his backpack as if nobody had noticed. Criminals like this don't just get caught, they practically arrest themselves. A couple that steals cigarettes together gets investigated together. They may have thought they were the perfect team, but police seem to have connected the dots. One bad temper can cost you your freedom. Respecting other people and walking away takes a lot less effort than standing in court explaining why you trashed a store.
Hey, put it back. 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 I'm the owner. Put it back. Yeah, put it back. Put it back.
Imagine risking prison over a juice shop and then getting disarmed by the guy next door. That's got to be one of the fastest career-ending moments in criminal history. Heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they run the neighboring business. This robber walked into a gas station bar on Viale Rubicon thinking a fake pistol would scare everyone into handing over the cash. Instead, he got caught red-handed before he could enjoy a single dollar. Turns out, pretending to be dangerous doesn't work very well when the police show up for real. These two actually tried using their heads to break through a shatterproof window. Spoiler alert, the window won. After a couple of painful headbutts and zero progress, they walked away with nothing but bruised egos. The strangest part wasn't what he did, it was that nobody could figure out why he was doing it. Once his behavior started putting everyone at risk, calling the police became the only reasonable option.
Mau beli apa deh? Beli peluru sekilo. Peluru? Buat apa peluru? Buat ini nih. Itu apa deh?
The robber walked in expecting an easy payday. Instead, the employee looked him in the eye and basically said, "There's no money, and that fake gun isn't fooling anybody." That confidence ended the robbery faster than the robber ever could. Bro risked catching a felony for a teddy bear. Hopefully his girlfriend appreciates the effort, because that getaway looked pretty desperate. Talk about robbing the wrong store. The employees spotted the shoplifter immediately, shut the doors, and turned the entire store into a giant holding cell. His escape plan lasted about as long as his bad decision. The robbery was supposed to be quick, but the getaway ended with him getting stuck in the doorway. Panic really is a terrible escape plan. You'd think someone stealing a gun would run a lot faster. Instead, his bad decisions caught up with him almost immediately. Consequences always have a way of catching up. She refused to let fear make the decision. Instead of giving the robber what he wanted, she stood her ground, grabbed the nearest broom, and sent him running for the exit. That's one thief who definitely underestimated his victim. Crime movies make smash-and-grab robberies look effortless. Real life? Sometimes the owner is ready, legally armed, and willing to protect years of hard work. That's not the ending this robber planned. Some people still think a shopping bag magically becomes a checkout lane. Then security says, "Let's see what's inside." Turns out only 3 items were actually hers. That's not shopping. That's collecting evidence. Talk about a robbery gone sideways. The suspect expected fear, but got a stick and a lesson instead. Sometimes confidence disappears the moment a brave person refuses to back down. This thief thought he'd quietly stroll out with stolen liquor. Instead, the security cameras caught every move, and store staff made sure he wasn't leaving with anything except a whole lot of regret. Imagine getting slapped just for doing your job. This gas station employee was simply trying to explain that the customer's card didn't appear to have sufficient funds, and instead of checking the account, the customer chose violence. That's not customer service, that's assault. Less than 2 minutes. That's all it took. These car thieves used a signal relay device to fool the BMW into thinking the key was nearby, proving that today's car thefts can be more about technology than brute force. Four people walked into a Gap store expecting an easy shopping spree. Instead, surveillance cameras caught every move, turning what they thought was a quick theft into a police investigation. This thief's entrance looked like something straight out of a low-budget action movie. He hung from the ceiling before dropping into a Sainsbury's store, where he stole about £200 worth of National Lottery scratch cards, along with chips, laundry detergent, and food. That's one very strange shopping list. Wrong barbershop, buddy. This robber walked in expecting an easy score, but the owner disarmed him. The barbers jumped in, and suddenly, he was the one getting worked over instead of getting away. This thief really thought stealing a bike in the middle of downtown Manchester was a smart idea. What he forgot was that security cameras never take a day off. Instead of riding away on a stolen bike, he rode straight into a courtroom and earned himself 16 weeks behind bars. This suspect's getaway had two major problems: an armed store clerk and a security camera he somehow didn't notice. Once he realized the camera was recording, he tried to hide his face. But the evidence was already crystal clear. Talk about the wrong retirement plan. These criminals launched a smash and grab at a Davenport phone store, stuffing a trash can full of iPhones like they were on a shopping spree. Too bad stolen phones have a funny habit of leading police right back to the people who stole them.
Thousands in stolen cell phones.
My location.
Some criminals judge a book by its cover, and that's exactly where this robber went wrong. He underestimated 84-year-old Ron Croker, who fought back alone inside the laundromat, with nothing more than a pair of jeans and incredible courage. These thieves picked the wrong phone shop in Whitechapel. They expected to leave with the latest smartphones, but instead, they got an all-inclusive stay until the police arrived. That's a terrible upgrade. You've got to be kidding me. This guy tried stuffing 15 bottles of motor oil into his jeans. The security cameras captured the whole thing, and his jeans ended up working harder than he did. The moment he walked out with the stolen merchandise, an employee hit the panic alarm without hesitation. Just as he thought he was about to make his escape, police officers arrived. 1 second he was running free. The next, he was wearing handcuffs. Talk about instant karma. He broke through the wall, got his pants pulled down, squeezing through the hole, tripped the moment he got inside, and still walked out with a generator. That's got to be one of the clumsiest burglaries ever caught on camera. This serial robber thought he had another easy job ahead of him. After robbing a pharmacy in Monza, he walked outside expecting a smooth getaway, only to find the police already waiting for him. You could say his escape plan expired instantly. Now that's instant karma. A thief climbed over the counter to rob a food shop. But while he was busy inside, someone outside stole his bicycle. He came to take someone else's property and ended up losing his own. This shoplifter didn't exactly have a luxury shopping list, just food, alcohol, clothes, and even toilet paper. After stealing from stores across Cambridge, he ended up with a 26-week prison sentence instead. Turns out, crime comes with a pretty expensive checkout. Bro really brought a weapon and still got put in timeout by a group of ladies. 5 minutes ago, he was acting like an action movie villain. Now he's begging like, "Ma'am, please don't let the cops take me." This porch pirate thought he was making a quick pickup, but the neighbor turned it into a 10-minute foot chase. Even better, the homeowner turned the security footage into a comedy. That's one thief who accidentally became internet entertainment. Not every hero wears a cape. Some wear a work uniform and keep a baseball bat behind the counter. That robber picked the wrong gas station on the wrong day and got a reality check he won't forget anytime soon. You've got to be kidding me! The hardest working employee in the store wasn't a person. It was the shopping cart. It locked itself at the entrance, leaving the suspected shoplifter with nowhere to go. This armed robber came looking for cash, but got introduced to a rolling pin instead. He probably expected fear, not a bakery lesson he'll never forget. Turns out the dough wasn't the only thing getting flattened that day.
Ducking and hiding.
Frank Francois tells us that was the last straw. It's around 5 o'clock in the morning when his ring camera tells him it's a frustrating way to live, but he says that's the reality, and he's had it. He's finally, this time, neighbors reported that yet again, people were...
These car thieves thought someone was watching them, and they were right. Security cameras caught all 3 suspects jumping a fence, hiding in the yard, rummaging through one car, and trying another before taking off.
Always on board with car, breaking into van.
This robber expected people to freeze in fear. Instead, one patient turned the entire robbery into a self-defense lesson. He lost his weapon, lost control, and probably lost the confidence to ever try that again. Talk about robbing the wrong clinic. Imagine throwing away your freedom over 4 bikes. Now he's got a year behind bars and a 5-year order keeping him on a very short leash. That's one expensive bike ride. Phone snatchers look for distracted people, and that's exactly why this happened so fast. The victim even ran after the thief, but London police say staying alert is one of the best ways to avoid becoming the next target. This wasn't a random theft. It was a carefully planned burglary. The suspects entered through the roof, hid their faces with masks and hats, stole 85 iPhones ranging from the iPhone 11 Pro to the 14 Pro Max, grabbed cash, and escaped the same way they came in. Unfortunately for them, every move was recorded on surveillance cameras. Movies make getaway escapes after a robbery look dramatic. Real life doesn't always work that way. After robbing a jewelry store, the suspects walked straight into a patient police stakeout, and their getaway ended with a pair of handcuffs instead of a big payday. Not every hero wears a badge. This man from Senegal saw an armed robber threatening people with a knife inside a bank in Sabadell and didn't hesitate to step in. Thanks to his courage, the robbery ended before the criminal could escape. Seriously, who looks at a police SUV and thinks, yeah, I'm gonna jump on that? 30 minutes later, all he had to show for it was thousands of dollars in damage and a one-way trip to jail. Someone definitely spent way too much time playing MGS, VR missions, before trying a stunt like this. Talk about picking the wrong apartment in Sandy Springs. They showed up with lock-picking tools, but the only thing they unlocked was a police investigation. Ring cameras don't blink, and neither do detectives.
On the police. Right now. I see your faces. I got it on camera.
Nothing says, "I was truly panicking," more than running from a giant dog and leaving your flip-flops behind. Now that's a getaway no one will forget. Caught on camera and still acting like they owned the place. No panic, no rushing. Just grab it and walk away like they'd rehearsed the whole thing. Criminals love quiet restaurants after hours, but today's security cameras, alarms, and investigators don't take the night off. Breaking in might be easy. Getting away with it is the hard part. Only in Pakistan would you see an employee calmly hand money to a robber, keep 10 to 20 rupees for himself, and politely say, "Don't come back next time." It's both hilarious and unforgettable. Trying to shoplift in a store packed with security cameras and anti-theft systems is like volunteering to become evidence. The odds are stacked against you from the moment you walk in, and getting caught red-handed is usually just a matter of time. Be honest. Would you notice if someone distracted you for just 5 seconds? That's all a thief usually needs. While you're looking one way, your valuables could already be heading the other. Every story in this collection reminds us that bad choices have a way of exposing themselves, no matter how carefully they're planned. Sometimes it's quick thinking, teamwork, or pure chance that changes everything. In the end, the biggest mistake is often believing you're too clever to face the consequences. If you enjoyed watching, don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share this video.